Hi, and welcome to Run Tall. I'm Tim. Thanks for being here. I always appreciate the time that you and I get to spend together, so thanks for tuning in. And I hope wherever you are that you're happy, healthy, and staying safe. On today's video, I'm going to be reviewing and sharing my thoughts on the Merach Exercise Bike. Now, before I get into it too far, I do want to get a disclosure out of the way. The Merach Exercise Bike, it was sent to me for the purpose of review. However, no one's paying me to make this video, no one's telling me what to say, and no one has the opportunity to preview my thoughts before I share them with you first, here on YouTube. Now, the Merach Exercise Bike retails for $399 US, but right now they have an early bird special going on where you can save yourself $100. And I'll put a link in the description below that'll take you right to it on their product webpage, along with the discount code that you're going to need to be able to save yourself that $100. Also, I did follow that link to their product webpage, and there I did find a Shop Now on Amazon button. When I clicked on that, it took me right to the bike on Amazon's webpage. And I found that they also have a 10% discount going on for Prime members, which brings the cost of the bike down to about $260 US. And now I don't receive any kind of commissions. It's not an affiliate link, so I don't earn any money at all if you decide to pick one up for yourself. But I can tell you right up front, before I start getting into all of the different details about this bike, that it's absolutely worth the money. And if you're looking for an exercise bike right now, I encourage you to check this one out. You won't be disappointed. And if you find value in this review after watching it, not just in the money that you've saved, but also in the information I've shared with you, and you enjoy watching other videos that are related to fitness, running, and cycling, be sure to subscribe to the channel and don't forget to click the notification bell so you'll be notified each time that I upload new content. So I'm going to start and talk about some of the features that set this bike apart from others. And the first few features, now these are typically only found in bikes costing 2 and sometimes 3 times as much money. And the first one is Bluetooth connectivity. Now this is really exciting, and one of the reasons that I like this bike so much. Now Merach has developed their own app, and they make it really easy for you to download it to your smart device. In your user's manual in the back, you'll have a QR code that you can scan that will take you right to it, and so you can download it pretty quickly and easily. Now I downloaded it to my iPad as well as my iPhone 13 Pro, and I didn't have any kind of issues with that at all. Now within the app, this is what makes it so much fun. You have lots of different workouts that you can choose from, that you can follow along with, and all of that pertinent information you're going to want to know about your workout is displayed right there on the screen. So distance, your speed, your calorie burn, your cadence or RPMs, all of that good information that you're going to want to know is displayed right there for you so that you're sure that you can have some consistency and you know that you're getting the most out of your workout. And the one thing that really does set this apart is it also has your intensity level. Now that's something you don't find on any other exercise bike, at least not that I'm aware of. Most of them have those little LED screens and they have that information I just mentioned, but they don't tell you what the resistance is set to on your flywheel. But here you have that information, and as you do the workouts, the instructor, and you're following along with an instructor, who will give you, information about you should set your intensity level to 6, for example. So you can dial it up until it reads level 6 across your screen. So you know that you're dialed in with exactly what it is that they want you to do for that workout. So that just brings a lot of consistency, and I think it just makes you gives you a much more efficient workout overall because there's no guesswork. On a traditional exercise bike, or at least the ones that I have used in the past, you're really kind of guessing what that resistance level is set to on your flywheel, but here Merach has taken that guesswork out of the equation for you. And I also mentioned that it connects with 2 other apps, 2 popular apps. One is Zwift and the other is the Kinomap. Now they're both very similar in what you're able to do, but they go about it very, very differently. Zwift is kind of a video game almost style app. Now I've used Zwift a lot for running. I connect it with my treadmill, but it's better known for cycling. And with cycling, you have all kinds of workouts that you can choose from, and you have an avatar So when I mentioned it's a little bit like a computer game, you can upgrade your avatar based on your experience levels and all that kind of good stuff. But it's just a whole lot of fun, and it takes your workout experience to a completely new level and takes really kind of that drudgery out of it. So it keeps you really interested and very competitive because you can race against your buddies. Kinomap also has lots of training options for you, so you can follow along with an instructor for specific types of workouts, maybe some HIIT training, or if you want to go out on an endurance ride or cycling experience, for example. But you also have lots of options to do free rides, and you can pretty much choose anywhere from around the world because the video footage that you're following along with is being uploaded by cyclists like you and I. So I think it's pretty easy to see why I'm so excited to have Bluetooth connectivity in the Merach Exercise Bike. And along those lines, I mentioned just a second ago where I talked about resistance and setting that resistance to the flywheel and how you can dial it in. Well, this is the second reason I'm so excited about this bike. And that's because they went about creating that resistance on the flywheel a little bit different than most bikes. And this is something that typically is only found in bikes that cost significantly more money. Instead of using a wool resistance pad, they're using a magnetic system. So there's no wool resistance pad that's going to wear out. And because it's magnetic, you can fine tune the amount of resistance that you want to have on that flywheel. Oftentimes when you're using a wool resistance pad, they work pretty well, but you don't always have a lot of control about how much resistance is placed on that. Sometimes you go from 0 to 10 in just a quarter of a turn. But here you have a lot more control over exactly how much resistance that you place on that flywheel. The other aspect is because they're using magnets and there's nothing pressing directly up against that flywheel, it is super, super quiet. So you can use this and not disturb the people that are around you. Now the exercise bike will accommodate people 4'9" to 6'3" and weighing up to 330 pounds. It's completely customizable, so everybody can get a perfect fit. The handlebars have 8 different height adjustments. The seat can be adjusted both vertically as well as horizontally, and you can adjust the tilt as well. Vertically, you have 13 different height adjustments there, and then horizontally, you have 7. And then, of course, you have an infinite number of adjustments that you can make on the tilt to find the most comfortable ride for you. The bike also features a tablet holder that's integrated with your handlebars, and it's large enough to accommodate even the larger of the tablets that's out there. The handlebars, you have multiple grip options depending on the kind of workout that you want to do. So if you want to rise up out of the saddle, which is oftentimes what I do when I'm doing HIIT training, you have different places where you can grip that handlebar and feel safe and secure. And then also just a safety note about the handlebars. Now it's covered in what I would call somewhat of a rubberized texture. So even if you start to sweat, you're not going to lose your grip. So I think that they did a really good job, and it's very comfortable to hang on to. So a couple other safety features that I want to talk about. The resistance knob, where we were able to adjust the amount of resistance on the flywheel magnetically, also has a wool brake pad. So it's an emergency brake pad so that you can stop that flywheel at any time should you need to do so. Maybe you just want to stop abruptly in the middle of a workout to take a phone call, whatever the case might be. You're going to be able to do that safely and easily. And then also, when you're up out of the saddle and you're pedaling hard, like I often like to do, like I mentioned, I do a lot of HIIT training, which means that I got my legs moving, my feet are moving pretty quickly. I don't want my feet to slip out of those pedals. Well, they feature cage pedals here, so they are fully adjustable to ensure that your feet aren't going to slip off those pedals and injure yourself. And then the last safety feature I want to talk about is the design of the base. Now this is an incredibly stable exercise bike to ride. It has a V-shaped base in the back that provides that extra stability. So even though that I was up moving pretty hard and pretty fast on the exercise bike, and I had a lot of body movement, I didn't have any rocking of the bike itself, so I never felt like I was going to dip over. Now the construction is a heavy-duty metal frame, and when I say heavy-duty, that's exactly what I mean. This bike is really, really well built, very, very solid, and it has a built-in water bottle holder, and I'd greatly appreciate that. Also mounted on the bike, they're located on that front bar, are 2 transportation wheels, which make it really easy to move it around in your home. So you can store it in one place, but use it in another. To move it, all I do is grab a hold of the handlebars, I tilt it towards me so that the weight from the flywheel, which is the majority of the weight, is then balanced over those transportation wheels, so it makes it really easy to move it to the location where I want to use it. The last thing I want to talk about is assembly. It only took me about 30 minutes to put it together, and they give you all the tools that you're going to need to do that, so you don't have to go out and buy anything special in order to be able to assemble it. Most of it is pre-assembled for you. All I really needed to do was to bolt on the base, the handlebars, and the seat and the pedals. Everything else was already pre-assembled. Overall, the Merach Exercise Bike is well worth the money that they're asking for it. It's built using a heavy-duty metal frame construction, and it has some features that are built in that you typically only find in exercise bikes that cost significantly more money, including Bluetooth connectivity, so you can connect not just with the Merach app, which is a solid workout cycling app, but also some of the favorites that are out there, including Zwift and Kinomap. It also has a magnetic resistance flywheel, which gives you a nice, smooth, and quiet ride. Hey, thanks for making it to the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed it. I enjoyed making it for you. As always, run tall, run strong, be kind to one another. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time right here on Run Tall with Tim.